Hey, it's Tim. Welcome to Focus Friday. So, today I want to talk about what happens when plans go awry. So, as a way of context, I had heart surgery last month. I wasn't really expecting to have heart surgery last month. So, it kind of threw everything into disarray. And so, the momentum that I had around organic posting and conversations and all that sort of stuff, it kind of stopped. And so now, nearly a month later, I've got to sort of put that back together again. And this week, as I've talked to my clients, as they're all prepping for the Black Friday crush, many of them are feeling like their systems aren't good enough, or their staff isn't ready, or they don't have enough staff. And so, even though they had planned for this, things aren't going exactly the way that you need. And so, the best way to think about this is the fact that there are kind of seasons. There are times when you are planning. So you are planting, you're preparing the field, you are getting ready for things, and then things grow. You're gaining momentum, you're building your staff, you're building your processes, you're planning, you're making things happen. And then there's harvest time. And I don't know if you guys know, but harvest is like a huge race against the clock for farmers, right? Because the growing season is over, the weather is changing, and if they don't get their crop in, either before the weather turns cold and the crop gets killed, or the weather changes and rains and fruit rots or whatever. But harvest time is an all hands on deck. You've got to get going. You've got to be moving all the time kind of situation. And so when you hit a time in your life or in your business where, despite your best plans, you are still in a crush, that's okay. It's harvest time. It's all hands on deck. And the harvest season doesn't last very long. The growing season is very long. The harvest season is very short. And so when your plans go awry and you find yourself in a crush, just recognize that it's harvest season and you've got a limited amount of time to make a lot of things happen. So does that mean that you might have to forestall strategic improvements? Absolutely. Might you need to slow down on business development? 100%. Should you stop to fix things and make improvements so that it's less of a crush? Maybe. But the most important thing as you are leading your team through harvest season is that you have to work as a team. Suddenly, everybody's job is everybody's job. There's many fewer divisions. So, for instance, a long time ago, I used to work at Wayfair, a big, fancy, giant e-commerce company, and all managers and directors had to jump in and do customer service for a while during the holiday season, so that, first of all, so all the work could get done because it was a season of incredible customer service, but also so that, frankly, as a manager or director or VP or whatever, you understood what it was like for the people who were customer facing. And so as an agency leader, if you were finding yourself having to pitch in on account management or account delivery or whatever, keyword research, creative development, those things you don't normally do. So do you have to be psyched about it? Absolutely not. But do you need to jump into it with good humor, good spirit, and with a sense of discovery so that you can look at your processes from the inside so that you can make them better in the future? Absolutely. So just recognize that these difficult seasons where there's an awful lot to do and not enough time and not enough staff to do it, isn't necessarily a failure of your planning. What it means is it's harvest season and it's all hands on deck. So, dust yourself off, spit in your hands, get to work, and go harvest some great results for your customers.